Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from Chase Field, the home of the Arizona Diamondbacks in Phoenix, Arizona. This is the 2025 NCVF National Championships Tournament, and this is a tradition unlike any other. For the fourth year in a row, two Wisconsin rivals will play for a national championship. The University of Wisconsin Eau Claire Blue Golds will take on the University of Wisconsin Lacrosse Eagles in Chapter 4 of the Wisconsin Classic National Championship match, live from Phoenix. As we introduce the two teams here in the house, you just can't overstate how incredible it is in any sort of university competition for two teams to be this great, this consistently, in such a way that they meet in the national championship match for 4 straight years. I have truly never heard of anything like that, and this fourth chapter of the rivalry is sure to deliver. My name is Rob St. Clair. Welcome to Phoenix. Eau Claire versus Lacrosse, Chapter 4. It all started on this very court, in this very arena. Back in 2022, the first NCVF championships post-COVID pandemic, Eau Claire beat Lacrosse in Chapter 1. The following year, 2023, in Kansas City, Lacrosse beat Eau Claire to win the 2023 national championship. We'll call that Chapter 2. Last year, Chapter 3, Eau Claire beat Lacrosse in Kansas City once again to win their second national championship in 3 years. We'll call that Chapter 3. Here is Chapter 4. Can Lacrosse square the all-time series at 2 national championships apiece? Or will the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire win their 3rd national championship in 4 seasons? All-time NCVF history and legacy on the line in this one, between two teams separated by just about 85 miles. And here we are, over 1,700 miles away from Wisconsin here in Phoenix for Chapter 4 of the Wisconsin Classic rivalry. It will be the Lacrosse Eagles in black on the far side of your screen, taking on the Eau Claire Blue Golds in, of course, blue and gold on the near side of your screen. Starting lineups are in. They're being announced here in the house right now. We'll get them to you in just a moment. For Eau Claire, Chase Haferman starts at setter. Mason Mortimer, Nick Fine, Jackson Peterson, the wings. Carson Smith, Nick Vandenberg in the middles, and Charles Fenton will be the libero. For Lacrosse, Keegan Kirby setting, Rob Kang, Ryan Brown, Mason Tiener the wings, Xavier Stuber, Keaton Gaffney the middles, Owen Mersaw the middle block, the libero, excuse me. Here it is, Chapter 4, the Wisconsin Classic for the Division II Men's National Championship. Eau Claire versus Lacrosse. Eau Claire on the near side in blue, serving first. And Lacrosse immediately gets the ball back. Second chance to score. First swing from Rob Kang out of the back row is almost picked up by Eau Claire libero Charles Fenton, but not quite. Rob Kang, number 26 in black. Listed as a setter on the roster, actually, but lining up an outside hitter, versatile player. Gets Lacrosse, the Eagles on the board first. Tipped over the top, excellent read defensively. Setter Keegan Kirby for Lacrosse makes the play. Good defense as well here for Eau Claire. That ball attacked by Jackson Peterson, looking for fingertips, none found. 2-0 start for Lacrosse, best 2 out of 3 sets First 2 sets to 25, third set if necessary to 15 for the 2025 National Championship in Phoenix. Good chop down the line, excellent dig by Kirby once again. And a free ball chance for Eau Claire to get on the board. Mortimer on the right side. Did he get the block there? The call is yes, he did. Mason Mortimer started last year as Eau Claire won the 2024 National Championship. Gets his team on the board with the wipe off the block and out of bounds. Rotation 1 receive here for lacrosse. Mason Tiener, the opposite number 15 on the left side. Quickly to the middle. Good dig by Mortimer. Transition chance here for Nick Fine. Number 3 in blue is Doug. Tiener hammered high off the hands of the block and out of here. Mason Tiener, if I remember correctly, came off the bench last year for lacrosse in the national championship, lost to Eau Claire, and was just crushing the ball. Dude's got a monstrous arm. Ooh, a serve. Look at that placement. Ryan Brown, number 19 in black, puts it right between the receivers and causes some Eau Claire confusion. Much better pass right there by Charles Fenton. Setter Haferman gets up quickly for it. Now Tiener on the right side for lacrosse is slowed down by the block and Doug. Good cross-court swing, but another good dig by Kirby, the lacrosse setter. Back to Peterson again, blocked and covered. Fine through the block and a miscommunication. Wow, Keegan Kirby early on has been everywhere on defense for the lacrosse Eagles, but he stutter-stepped and got confused by his teammate that time, and it falls for an Eau Claire point. Here it is again on the replay. Charles Fenton, the Eau Claire libero, back to serve. Liberos can serve in NCVF Volleyball, men's and women's divisions. And now Owen Mersaw, the libero counterpart for lacrosse, back to serve. Libero can only serve for one of the middle blocker spots, not both. Tight pass, heck of a fix. Able to set it out to Peterson on the right side, plus a lacrosse net violation. That's an outstanding play by Chase Haferman. To stand on the floor, especially as a back row player, couldn't get up and risk attacking it. Stood on the floor and flicked it back with one hand. That's a pretty nice piece of play from the Eau Claire setter. Jackson Peterson back to serve. Excellent pass and a perfect run to the middle. Xavier Stuber closes quickly with his feet, coming in from his left side to close the distance with his setter Kirby and put that ball away off the block. Mason Tiener now back to serve. Tiener comes up pretty badly short from the service line there. For serving 6, and the team's now trading service errors. Rob Kang back to serve for the Eagles. Good blocking rotation here on the lacrosse side, and black on the far side of your screen. Mortimer, oh wow, outstanding dig by Mersaw. But another defensive sort of miscommunication on the lacrosse side. A pretty good defensive opportunity. And no Eagles in black underneath the ball. Get used to a lot of Mason Mortimer, number 2 in blue for the Blue Golds. First substitution of the match is Jacob Lynch, number 7 for Eau Claire, in to serve and play some defense. That serve not particularly close. Not good hand contact. The crowd really starting to file in now just above the first baseline dugout here in Chase Field. Mason Frona, backup libero, in to serve and play some defense for the Eagles. In for Stuber, if I'm not mistaken. Mortimer, deep cross court and perfect. Excellent location by Mason Mortimer. Good reach at 6'5". Little wrist snap to keep that ball inside the sideline. See if Lacrosse with setter Keegan Kirby in the front court get the middle attack going a little bit. Keaton Gaffney the option right now. There is the middle, right on cue to the slide, and Mortimer all over it. A monstrous stuff block. And the energy level in this arena just went up just a little bit. That is an outstanding move by number 2 in blue to chase down the slide, run along the net with Gaffney. Eau Claire within 1, not a good pass there. Kang able to save it. Free ball chance here to Eau Claire for the tie. Over the block and down. Carson Smith in the middle gets the blue-gold square. Interesting start of this first set. Haferman working on Kang, another poor hand pass. Really tricky swing, and somehow Ryan Brown able to find an angle inside the Eau Claire block. And he bails his team out of a tricky situation there. Keegan Kirby, the Lacrosse setter, back to the line. Decently handled by Fenton. Peterson on the left side is kept alive by Kang. Counter-attack chance. Brown blocked by Mortimer but covered. Ooh, Tiener there a little early. Had to stutter step, stop, jump, and came up short on the roll shot. We are tied up at 9. Rotation 1 receive for the Eagles against Mortimer. Perfect pass by Mersaw. Brown right through the arms of the blocker, but he landed and committed a center line violation. Wow, interesting. Lacrosse is arguing that the ball was down before any violation might have occurred, and maybe they have an argument, but no instant replay review available. The call on the floor will always stand. Eau Claire takes the lead 10-9. See if Kirby goes right back to him. He actually doesn't have to, as that serve is missed out of bounds. $10 apiece. Get comfortable, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be here for a little while in this match and in this arena for the series of matches tonight. Excellent block touch by Fine to slow down the middle. Now Mortimer out of the back row. Kirby is there. Really good impact on defense by the Lacrosse setter so far. Now an out-of-system chance for Fine against 2 blockers. Kirby is there again on defense, but Fine wins the joust. Nick Fine met Keaton Gaffney at the top of the antenna. And Eau Claire takes the lead 11-10 on the joust win. Fenton back to serve. Middle blocker Nick Vandenberg to the front court. Another service error, this time from Eau Claire. Not a good pass, and it winds up as an ace. Thought that ball might be kept alive. Landed between 2 different players on the Eau Claire side. Give the point to Owen Mersaw, the libero. It's kind of nice to see liberos able to serve and get themselves some point scoring statistics. Peterson, high, hard heat over the top of the block. That is, as the Eau Claire bench is celebrating, that was straight over the top of the undersized blocker Rob Kang. I like that matchup. Chase Haferman feeds Peterson as high as he can go up and get it. Nice run to the middle. That ball is inbounds. Perfectly done from Kirby to Stuber as the Eagles retake a 1-point lead. Tiener back to serve. Been pretty quiet to start the match so far, and has now already his 2nd service error. Again, I did not misspeak earlier. This is the 4th national championship match in a row between Lacrosse and Eau Claire in men's Division II. Ace serve, Nick Fine, right through the hands of Ryan Brown, and now Eau Claire takes the lead. Obviously, these teams know each other extremely well. The universities separated by 85 miles. They play each other in the Wisconsin Volleyball Conference regularly, as Fine can't repeat his service luck that time with the error out of bounds. Eau Claire has beaten Lacrosse in 2 out of the last 3 national championship matches, including the last time we were here in Phoenix in 2022. Jacob Lynch is going to come in once again to serve for the middle blocker Vandenberg. His first attempt did not go particularly well. Kang handles that one with his hand. Stuber in the middle, tries to go thumb down shoulder action on the back one, and he misses out of bounds long with no touch off the block. And a break point there for Eau Claire on the hitting error, separates them by 2. Wow, what a rip by Jacob Lynch. Look at the confidence. Gets his first serve in bounds and then attacks the next one. That was a rocket to the position 5 sideline. Look at that instant replay. Perfect shot by our crew. And that serve is completely untouchable. Timeout Eagles. The Eau Claire lead is 3. This has been taken up a notch here the last couple points. Jacob Lynch keep it going out of this timeout. Rotation, I think 5 receive for the Eagles. Kirby in the front court with Stuber, the middle blocker, behind him. Good pressure again off the tape, and Kang can't handle it. What a difference-making service substitution Jacob Lynch has been. Unbelievable. We get 2 aces in a row, cold off the bench with a timeout in between them. That is some special work in a difficult position. And he misses that one out of bounds, but an unbelievably productive trip to the service line for Jacob Lynch and the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. That substitution will be undone. And now Mason Frona going to come back in to serve for Lacrosse, his second opportunity. High, hard heat from Mortimer, but a little underneath that ball. No touch off the block. Lacrosse is within 2. Another productive service substitution. Mason Frona, this time. Can he get another one? Haferman, the front court setter, with Carson Smith charging at him. Goes to the back row to Peterson. Pretty easy dig for Tiener. Brown, oh, what a diving play by Fine. Mortimer to pay it off, and he does. What an outstanding defensive rundown. Nick Fine charging to his right, diving and hooking that ball back up into the air off the block deflection. And Eau Claire pays it off immediately. Look at this again. Look at this rundown. Full and total layout. Fantastic defensive play. Haferman, 3-point lead. Oh, good block coverage. Eau Claire gets the ball back. Mortimer blocked, covered, and not kept alive. What a clutch block by Keegan Kirby. Score in the house is 20-17. Apologies, we got to get that right here on stream. Mortimer on the right side, one-on-one, detonated cross court. That is a no-doubter. Now 21-17 Eau Claire. Chase Haferman running a nice offense right now. Rotation 1 receive for Eau Claire, for Lacrosse. The Eagles in black on the far side. Gotta side out this first ball, and they do the easy way. 21-18, one of the most common scores in volleyball. Teams practice this all the time. Got to practice converting 21-18 leads and erasing 18-21 deficits. Who's going to win the drill right here? Fine, through a seam in the block and down. Eau Claire is 1 point closer. Nice delivery from Haferman again. Fenton didn't love the toss, and he's not able to adjust to it. Lacrosse gets a second consecutive side out off a service error. Now Owen Mursaw has an ace already. Eagles trail by 3. Perfect pass by Mortimer as usual. Fine cross court, what a stab! The ball was on its way inbounds, but a diving play by Mortimer puts it right on the setter's head, but a stuff block by Rob Kang. What a crazy point. That defense by Ryan Brown in position 5, sliding over to dig that ball, almost won Lacrosse the point. Then a diving play by Eau Claire gave them the advantage before the stuff block. Ooh, Peterson way outside the court. Mursaw charges, makes the play, but Eau Claire gets a free ball. Beautiful run to the middle. Nick Vandenberg, I believe the first time his name's been called this match. (23-20). The Blue Golds with Jackson Peterson at the line are 2 points away from a set 1 victory in a national championship game. Oh, what a block! What a block by Nick Fine! Solo one-handed clamp against Mason Tiener off his head. Set point Eau Claire in style. Unbelievable. Peterson now serving for the set. Off the tape, handled by Kang. He'll take a swing out of system. Chopped. Fine is there. Haferman to Vandenberg. Crossbody, and that'll do it. The Eau Claire Blue Golds storm to a set number 1 victory, 25-20 over their in-state rival Lacrosse. Chapter 4 of the Wisconsin Classic National Championship rivalry has delivered so far. Take a look again here at set point. Excellent run to Vandenberg in the middle, who saw the block in front of him and committed fully to that turn across his body. Hey everyone, welcome to Phoenix. My name's Rob St. Clair, live inside Chase Field, one of the coolest venues you're ever going to watch a volleyball game in, whether you're here in person, in the crowd just over there, above the first baseline dugout, or whether you're watching at home anywhere on the planet here on the NCVF YouTube channel. We very much appreciate you supporting this match and just the story that these two teams have put together, the chapters of the novel that they have written post-pandemic. Every single men's NCVF Division II National Championships match has been these two teams. Eau Claire is on the verge of history. 3 national championships in 4 years is something that almost no team has ever done in any division, much less to take down their in-state rival in all 3 of those 4 potentially. It is definitely not over yet, though. Lacrosse showed flashes of fantastic volleyball. We'll just see if they can keep some more serves in play, see if they can continue to play good defense, if they can pay off that defense with making some plays on offense in transition. This is far, far from over. And the energy in here is awesome. The team benches are incredible. The celebrations on the sidelines, in the crowd with the cheering sections. This is everything you could ask for in a national championship game, especially with such familiar opponents. I'm really excited to see what we got here in set number 2. Teams are just about to take the court. They have taken the court, in fact. Scanning to see any potential lineup changes, and I don't see any right now. Should still be Mortimer and Fine on the left sides for Eau Claire, Peterson and opposite, Haferman at setter, Smith and Vandenberg in the middles. And for the Lacrosse Eagles, Kirby at the setter spot, Tiener at opposite, Brown and Kang the left sides, Stuber and Gaffney the middles. No changes. Keegan Kirby, the Lacrosse setter, does not want to lose another national championship game to the Eau Claire Blue Golds. He will serve first to start set number 2. Peterson out of the back row to start the set. Kirby there on defense again. The plays that this man has made already have been huge, but that one tight enough to the net that nobody from Lacrosse could bring the ball back. Jackson Peterson will get credit for the kill. Eau Claire on the board, and Haferman back to serve. Easy pass by Kang. Through the block and down goes Keaton Gaffney. I like that run. That ball's coming out of Kirby's hands really nicely. Gaffney in between the two blockers. Now rotation one receive for Eau Claire against Brown. Decent pass by Mortimer. Peterson will take a swing against two blockers and an unforced error there. Difficult swing. Intimidating hands up in front of him, and he can't find the hands or the sideline. Good pressure by Ryan Brown serving for Lacrosse to take the lead by 1. Tough pass by Fenton. Hittable ball for Mortimer, and Kang is up to the task. A big stuff block by the undersized Rob Kang at only 5'10". Getting up high to shut down Mortimer, and really nice service pressure here from Ryan Brown. Take a look at it again, the stuff block. Crouching down as far as he can to load up and get up high. Better pass this time. Peterson on the left, 2 hands. Kirby is there. That pancake play is made. Up official overruling that pancake play was successfully made, but then Mortimer with the smart tool shot off the edge of the block and out of bounds. The Lacrosse Eagles already getting more return out of the risk that they're putting into aggressive serving in this set. Mortimer working on Kang. Perfect pass. Tiener off the block and out of bounds. Nice shoulder action there for number 15 in black. Maybe that can get him going. Inside out shoulder action to tool the block of Nick Fine. Here's Mursaw. Fine, deep cross court and right on the baseline. Fantastic out of system swing there for the Eau Claire left side. That sends Fenton back to the line. It is really interesting to see a level where liberos are able to serve. A little change up there from Fenton. Ooh, Brown out of the back row. Sort of a traffic jam in the middle of the court there. Great chance in counterattack. Stuffed right out by Eau Claire. Excuse me, Eau Claire was stuffed by Lacrosse. That was Xavier Stuber coming across to combine with Kirby for the stuff block. Lacrosse leads 5-3. Look at this again. Yeah, all loaded up on that. Wasn't expecting any right side attack presence. And now Tiener gives a point back on the service error. Peterson back to the baseline for Eau Claire. Kirby, the front court setter for Lacrosse. Gets the middle involved. Stuber looking for the fingertips. And the touch is called. The touch is called by the far side line judge and is given. Lacrosse takes the point. No argument from Eau Claire. Tells me that was probably the correct call. Here is Kang. Ooh, comes up way short on that service attempt. Not good hand contact. Overpass by Mursaw. Nice touch to slow him down. Tiener can run it down, but this will be an Eau Claire free ball. Great chance for the tie here. Haferman. Mortimer ripped high hard down the line. That is unstoppable. The contact point here is so high. Very few blockers in any national championship division get up high enough to slow that one down. Tied up at 6. And point given back to Lacrosse on the service error. Frona in to serve for Stuber for the Eagles, just like we saw in the first set. Teams not changing sides in between sets at any point at the NCVF National Championships. That's a post-pandemic change just to be more efficient. Mortimer, deep cross court again. That was touched by the backcourt defender. Oh, Frona knows. He tried to get out of the way, but couldn't quite do it. Kind of a lucky break there for Mortimer. Tied up at 7. And now the X factor from the first set, Jacob Lynch, comes back in to serve for the Blue Golds. We were basically deadlocked throughout the first, I don't know, 2/3 of set number 1 until this man came in off the bench from the baseline, ripped 2 aces in a row. That one he tries to cut thumb down to position 1 and misses it wide. So perhaps a sigh of relief from the Eagles. Kirby back to serve. Tight pass. Haferman handles it, gives it out to Mortimer. Good defense. Brown rolled and fine is there. Setter dump picked up by Kirby again, but just out of the reach of Brown as he jumped and reached as far as he could to try and save that ball, but couldn't quite get a finger on it. Even still though, man, I cannot get over how many defensive plays, defensive touches Keegan Kirby is making. You've got to think that at some point that is going to pay off for the Eagles. Tiener, what a dig by Fine to absorb the heat. Mortimer counterattack, slowed down again. Tiener comes up short on the roll shot. The Blue Golds take the lead. Mason Tiener may have jumped a little early to that ball. I like the repeat set. See if Kirby goes right back to Tiener here in rotation 1 on the left side. Good pass by Kang. Yes, he does. Tiener slowed down by the block again. The scramble is on, but Lacrosse gets a free ball. Brown, Kirby, Tiener again, this time not to be denied. Mason Tiener refused to get out of that rotation any other way than off of his right shoulder. Here's the swing again. Brown working on Fenton. Mortimer, what a beautiful swing down the line. That is just textbook. Thumb down, inside out, a little bit of side spin. About a ball width inside the sideline. You can't do it any better than that. Lacrosse wishfully asking for that ball to be called out of bounds. That's never going to happen. Too good of a swing. 10-9 Blue Golds. Tough pass. Out of bounds for the ace serve. Mason Mortimer. Ball pretty close to tagging the sideline. Mason Mortimer applying more pressure, pushing his foot further down on the gas pedal. That ball is just out of bounds, barely misses the baseline. Mersaw working on Mortimer down the line. Fine, through the block of Tiener, and a bit of an unlucky break for Lacrosse. Looked like the block was all over that, and it sort of pinballed between Tiener's arms and fell harmlessly out of bounds. Watch this again. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think 3 distinct contacts of that ball by Tiener's block alone. Beautiful pass by Brown. Nice route to the middle off the block and out of bounds. I really like that run to Xavier Stuber. Sort of like the front slide. He runs along the net, jumps with 1 foot to close the space with Kirby. As a former middle blocker, I can tell you that is a difficult play to block with your eyes. Very visually confusing. Pretty good pressure there working on Mortimer. Fine out of system against 2 blockers. Beautiful diving effort by Brown. Tiener runs out of room eventually, can't quite bring the ball back as he goes over to the warning track. Kind of on what I guess would be the on-deck circle for the first base sideline. Really using all the baseball geography here in Chase Field. He runs into the dirt and has to clean off his shoes a little bit. That is actual dirt back there in the back left corner of your screen. (13-11) Eau Claire for Jackson Peterson. Perfect pass and an outstanding turn crossbody by Stuber. Lacrosse doing a nice job receiving the ball well enough to get the middle involved more here in set number 2. Xavier Stuber is a pretty physical presence. I like feeding in the ball as much as possible. Easy serve there from Kang. Fine, blocked by Kirby. He keeps it alive, takes a swing on the second contact. Ooh, Kirby sends it over easily in the second contact for Lacrosse, but Stuber bails him out. One-on-one block in the middle to shut down Vandenberg, and we are tied. I do not like that choice from Keegan Kirby to send that ball over with 2 hands deep, but he can thank his middle blocker for the block there to get his team back level. Now Kang gives a point back on the service error wide. Nick Fine, a little quick float serve, trying to drop it short in front of Brown. Excellent hands. Haferman reaches to the outside to shut down Brown one-on-one. You could hear the impact of that ball as Haferman is getting gently reminded to keep his talking in the direction of his side of the net. Heck of a block move by the Eau Claire setter. Another block, 2 in a row. Haferman gets Brown for a second time. The celebration is on, and at about the same point now in set number 2 as set number 1, Eau Claire makes a run. Look at this replay. Haferman is up there. Fine. Handled by Kang. Stuber over the block. Fine is there. Peterson in transition right on the baseline. What a run by UW-Eau Claire. This has to be a timeout for La Crosse, and it is. The Eau Claire Blue Golds have been here before. Many of these players won a national championship just last year. I wish I knew exactly how many players on both of these teams played in this very arena 3 years ago in this matchup for a national championship. The novel of this rivalry continues to be written. 2 of the previous 3 chapters have ended with an Eau Claire national championship trophy. If La Crosse wants to equalize that tally, they've got to make a move right now out of this timeout. Rotation 5 receive. Kirby in the front court with Brown and Stuber. Good coverage by Mursaw. That is a back row attack violation. Yes, called immediately. Mursaw, the libero, was in front of the attack line when he hand passed that ball, and Kirby, the setter, attacked the following contact. Back row attack fault. Kirby apologizes. Could have set one of his hitters, and it would have been just fine. But another break point for Eau Claire. The lead is 5. Stuber kind of on a right side swing in the middle blocker. Now Mortimer gets the ball back for Eau Claire. Peterson out of the back row, cross court dug. Swiped into the block and rejected. Mortimer gets the better of Kirby. Eau Claire's lead is 6. Great serving by Nick Fine as well in this run, just to keep the pressure on and make La Crosse continue to earn points, which they've been unable to do in this rotation. Oh, I thought that might trickle over for an ace serve. Very fortunate for La Crosse to get out of that rotation in that fashion. Now Mason Frona, number 9 in black, got work to do from the baseline. The deficit is 5. Eau Claire is 6 points away from their 3rd national championship in 4 years. Well-located float serve down the line. Mortimer against 2 blockers. No doubt, no stopping this man right now. Wouldn't surprise me at all if Mason Mortimer were to be named National Player of the Year or MVP of this tournament if Eau Claire were to hold on to this lead. Just out of bounds that time by Lynch, the serving sub extraordinaire. By the way, it was Nick Fine, number 3 in blue, the outside hitter, who was named tournament MVP or National Player of the Year in last year's Division II National Championship Tournament. Mortimer handles that ball easily with his hands. Nice touch in the middle by Gaffney, but not good enough to slow it down. Give the kill to Carson Smith. (21-15) the score. Haferman and Eau Claire can perhaps feel it. Ooh, pretty good blocking presence. The scramble is on. Actually a hittable ball for Mortimer, but slowed down. Mersaw. Platform sets Brown. Slowed down. Fine is there. Mortimer accelerates and tags the line. Just beautiful offense from number 2 in blue. Speeds up to get to the ball. Reaches forward. Pulls that ball down inside the blockers. It is 22-15. Lacrosse has a timeout left. They haven't used it. Eau Claire's 3 points away. Gaffney tipped through the block. Felton with the diving save. Mortimer again. This time this is out of bounds. Ryan Brown has served the ball well. Got to put this ball in play, and he does. Peterson in the reception pattern. Mortimer through the block and down. The Eagles block not quite able to seal the net. It is 23-16. UW-Eau Claire is 2 points away. Mortimer comes up short. It doesn't really hurt you much if you're Eau Claire. You're playing with house money when you're serving. If they take care of the next 2 side-out plays, the title is theirs. Mersaw working on his counterpart, Felton. Combination play! Wow, Eau Claire really pulling out all the stops, bringing around Peterson on the 2-ball. I love that creativity. And now it is national championship points. Eau Claire for the legacy. 3 national championships in 4 years. They are 1 point away, and Fenton comes up short. But still, it is national championship point. Mason Teener represents the Eagles' last chance from the baseline. Mortimer. Peterson tipped down the line. Mersaw can't get there, and the Blue Golds have done it again. 3 national titles in the last 4 seasons. The Wisconsin Classic rivalry delivers again in the national championship match. This matchup for the 4th year in a row. 3-1 now in the series leads the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire. The Blue Golds take down the Eagles again on the biggest stage in the country. And the celebration is on in the state of Wisconsin. Congratulations to Eau Claire. 3 national championships in 4 years is really something unbelievably special. And Lacrosse has given themselves another outstanding opportunity as we take a look once again at the point that won it. Peterson accelerates, tipped that ball in front of Mersaw. A historic victory for the University of Wisconsin Eau Claire Blue Golds. Congratulations to them. They will receive their 3rd national championship trophy post-pandemic in just a few moments. Coming up next, we are not done with action here in Chase Field for the evening. Up next at 7:15 local, and about 20 minutes from now, the Women's Division I National Championship match. Actually, as I was checking just before this match started, we didn't even know the teams yet. Actually, we still don't. One of them will be Boston College. They will take on the winner of San Diego State and Missouri. So we will update you on the matchup and the scheduling of the match that's coming up next. For now, thank you very much for watching. Once again, we call it the Wisconsin Classic. Chapter 4 goes to UW-Eau Claire, their 3rd national title in 4 years, and they can celebrate well tonight in Phoenix. My name is Rob St. Clair signing off for now. We will see you for the next one. Women's Division I and Men's Division I still to hand out some trophies tonight in Phoenix. Going to be some good ones. Stick around here on the NCVF YouTube channel.